This is a Sega Saturn. And this is a Netlink modem. You take the Netlink modem and you insert it into the cartridge slot of your Sega Saturn. The Netlink modem is a 28.8 kbps modem that allowed the Sega Saturn to directly connect to a second Sega Saturn over an analog telephone line. This made it possible all the way back in 1997 to play online multiplayer co-op and versus games with anyone in the country. I stress analog phone line as that will offer the best results. Some members of the SaturnLeague.com forums have used digital phone lines with some success. Usually over small distances it works fine. Over longer distances, though, it begins to lag out as the signal is being converted from analog to digital, something that the Netlink was never designed to handle. Being that it connects directly, the timing needs to be perfect, and the conversion process screws this up. The Netlink did not connect to the internet. It established a direct connection between the two Saturns, offering free networked multiplayer gaming. The only caveat is that the long-distance rates do apply, so keep that in mind when netlinking with players in other area codes. The Sega Saturn Netlink also let you connect to the internet with the included Planet Web browser. This web browser still works today if you can find a compatible dial-up ISP. Although its functionality is quite limited as web standards have come a long way in the past 15 years or so. However, in 1997 it was an interesting alternative to an expensive PC if you simply wanted to browse some websites and send and receive email. Today the Netlink modem can usually be found for around $20 complete in box. I've seen them go for as little as $5 loose. There were a few peripherals designed for use with the Netlink, such as the Netlink keyboard, which is suspiciously similar to a Windows keyboard, which has a standard PS2 keyboard connector and can be used with a PC. The keyboard adapter, which allowed the Saturn keyboard, or any other standard keyboard, to be connected to the Saturn, and the Netlink mouse, which came in handy for web browsing. Sega Saturn Netlink only works with 5 games, but they are 5 really great and diverse games. Sega Rally Netlink Edition, which you'll see later I totally suck at. Daytona USA CCE Netlink Edition, which is one of the rarest Saturn games that is sold for as much as $500 on eBay. It's also the hardest game to tell if it's Netlink enabled or not, because there are so many versions. I've never actually managed to play this one on the Netlink. I do have a burnt copy of the game, but haven't found anyone that has a real copy or the ability to play burnt games. Virtual On Netlink Edition, a 2-player mech fighting game. I'm totally amazed that a 2-player fighting game in 1997 could be played without any lag at all. Duke Nukem 3D, the staple of online multiplayer gaming, the first-person shooter. This game allows for death matches between 2 players, with the option to have the enemies turned on or off. It also allows for co-op gameplay, which is my favorite. There is no non-Netlink version of this game. This is the easiest Netlink game to find and usually one of the more affordable titles. Saturn Bomberman, my favorite Netlink game. Like Duke Nukem 3D, there is no non-Netlink version. This is also the only Netlink game that allows for more than 2 players. You can play with up to 4 players, 2 on each Saturn. I've never managed to do this as I don't know anyone that plays video games that would be interested in being my second player. I mentioned that Duke Nukem and Saturn Bomberman both exist only in Netlink playable versions. So I'm going to point out that all Netlink games are labeled on their respective cases and discs that they are Netlink playable, meaning Daytona USA, Sega Rally, and Virtual On also have non-Netlink versions. Daytona USA being the most confusing as there are many, many different versions of this game. I've never seen one in person, so I cannot confirm if the disc says that it's Netlink enabled or not. All the other Netlink games do say that they are Netlink enabled on their respective discs. When you start your Sega Saturn with the Netlink modem inserted in the slot, it takes you to a separate menu where you can access many of the features, well, all of the features, for the Netlink. Traditional takes you to the normal offline game, and Quick Link takes you to the Netlink menu. The last option no longer works, as the Netlink Zone was a website where you could go to find other Netlinkers. And that website has been long gone for many, many years. Here's where you set up your settings or go into wait mode. One person has to dial and the other person has to wait. You have the option to practice while waiting. And that's all there is to it. The person dialing enters the person answering's phone number into their Sega Saturn, and then their Sega Saturn makes a telephone call to the other person's Sega Saturn, which answers it. They do a little communicating and sync the game up, and away you go. You have the option to enter a pre-game taunt, and you can choose from several pre-made avatars. I chose the one that looks like Agent Smith because I thought it was cool.
Sega Rally Championship.
What you're about to see is one of the most embarrassing displays of video game suckitude ever. I got my ass thoroughly handed to me.
Three, 2, 1, go!
I'm already off to an embarrassing start.
Easy left. Easy right. Over jump. Easy right. Long medium right. Easy right.
I tried switching the view, but man, that really didn't help. This is also like the first time I ever played this game, let alone online.
Easy right. Wow.
Pretty much, once I lost him, it was game over. So sit back and enjoy my very thorough and embarrassing ass whooping.
Easy right. Easy left. Easy right. Wow. Over jump. Easy right. Wow. Long medium right. Easy right. Over jump. Easy left. Easy left, easy right. Wow. Very long, easy right, baby. Wow. Easy right. Easy left. Easy right. Wow. Over jump.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm pretty sure I got lapped. I didn't actually go back and rewatch this footage because it is pretty fucking rough.
Easy left. Easy left, easy right. Very long easy right, baby. Finish!
Yeah, that was just sad. JerryTerrifying does not play racing games. As you can tell, I am the loser. By default, the person making the Netlink call is player 1, so whoever's answering is player 2. Now, the person I'm playing in this video across all 4 of these Netlink games is a friend from the SaturnLeague.com, and he has unlimited long distance, so that's why he calls me, because I do not. Now, I actually did a little bit of training with Virtual On, which is why I actually managed to win in this game and do a little bit better than I fared in the other games. I may love video gaming, but that damn sure doesn't mean I'm good at it. Thanks to... Oh, geez, who is it? Wipeout Guy 7, sorry, mind blanked. He put up a tutorial video for some tactics. And about an hour before I recorded, I practiced looking at some of those tactics, familiarizing myself with it, and it helped out tremendously. There are control issues with Virtual On, which is just, you know, it was an early 3D game, and the sticking had not been invented or mastered at this point. There's actually a twin-stick controller for this game, but, you know, I don't have that prepared, and you generally have to do it. But using his tactics for quick lock-on and, you know, disengaging the lock-on helps you stay oriented, helps you zoom around the stage, and makes the game about 1,000 times more playable. I will include a link to Wipeout Guy's tutorial video in this newer version of the Netlink video as well. I'm actually really glad that Wipeout Guy made the tutorial video, because it really improved my game, and you know, it's nice to be good at one of the Netlink games. You know, there's only the 5 games, and 2 of them are racing games, and I do not enjoy or play racing games.
Round 3. Get ready.
can't have online gaming without a first-person shooter. And Duke Nukem 3D is a classic game, and I am just simply amazed that this exists as an online first-person shooter all the way back in 1997. It's pretty hard trying to control this, as, you know, I've become so accustomed to dual analog sticks. That's my preferred method of first-person shooting. I'm not particularly wild about the genre, but I am a twin-stick person. I don't play computer games, that's why I'm not a mouse and keyboard guy. The games that I have played mouse and keyboard, yes, I actually was pretty good at it, but I'm a dual analog stick guy, so using just a D-pad is pretty rough. And the other player moves around so damn fast that it's hard getting a good aim on them. The crosshairs help slightly, but not much. I'm pretty much just shooting all over the damn place and hoping for the best. The interesting aspect of this game is that there's a co-op mode where you can go through the entire campaign mode with a friend. And me and my good buddy here, Manji, have actually gone through, like, you know, a third of the game together, and it is a lot of fun. But you can't have an online experience on a home console without having a first-person shooter, and Duke Nukem brings that to the Sega Saturn, all the way back in 1997.
Hail to the king, baby. Cool. Who wants some? Who wants some? Cool. Cool. Who wants some? Hail to the king, baby. Cool. Who wants some? Hail to the king, baby. Cool.
Saving the best for last, Saturn Bomberman. This is one of my favorite Saturn games in general, and my favorite Netlink game for sure. The person I'm playing against, Manji, actually found this at a used game store and sold it to me. And I got a pretty good price on it. And it was complete, and I'm very thankful and have absolutely loved this game ever since. In the offline mode, you can actually play with up to 10 players if you have two multi-taps. And you can play online with up to 4 players, 2 people per Saturn. One of the coolest features is the ability to taunt the other person you're playing against.
No more missing mouse gun.
You can tell I enjoy it.
Go! Go!
I actually managed to do pretty good in the Netlink matches that we recorded, but we played a little while after this, and he proceeded to whoop my ass. So at least in the video, it shows that I don't totally suck at Bomberman and actually managed to win a few rounds. And, and I don't totally suck at Virtual On. But man, my Sega Rally performance is just bad. And I, could record a million times and would probably never do any better than I did. Hopefully I've answered every question you have about the Sega Saturn Netlink, how it works, how to use it, and I hope you enjoyed seeing some actual footage recorded in 2010. This was actually recorded a few months ago and is the same footage that I used in the last version, but I wanted to go back and really work on some editing and making a quality video. I'm trying to step my game up in general for my channel, and I think I'm going to be really happy with the way this turns out. And as you can tell, I've trimmed it from about an hour long down to 30 plus minutes, and yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this look at the Netlink. I wish I knew someone I could play Daytona USA CCE Netlink Edition with, but as it's a racing game, I'm really not that bothered by it, because it'd be another Sega Rally ass whooping. That is like the worst I've ever done at a video game while recording it, and it was just bad. That's probably the worst I've ever done at any video game ever.
Now I'm mad! Are you scared? Nice one.
As always, I have more videos, reviews, and stuff on the way. You can check out all of my work out at mondocoolcast.com. That's where you can download my bi-weekly podcast, the Mondo Coolcast. I've also been hosting all of my videos there. I've been uploading them to Blip about a week early and having them featured on mondocoolcast.com before eventually uploading them to YouTube. But as always, thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, leave me plenty of comments. If you have any questions at all about the Netlink, do not hesitate to ask.
Blue team,